Now, our target is to get 9x. Okay? So what are possible? Hi everyone, welcome back once again. So today I'm very excited because I'll be sharing to you another method of solving your quadratic equation, and that is by factoring. So before we proceed to that lesson formally, let's have a short activity. So we have let's factor out. So from the title itself, what do you think is the mathematical operation involved? Okay, so if your answer is multiplication, then you are correct. So shall we start? Let's have number 1. So 8m. What do you think are two numbers or two factors? When you multiply them, it will lead to 8m. Okay, so you have 4m times 2. That is equal to 8m. Okay, or you can have it the other way around. 2m times 4, still that is 8m. Another, you can have it 8m times 1. Okay, so 8m times 1, that is 8m. Or you can have it m times 8. That is still 8m. Or you can have the negatives. So you have negative 4m times negative 2. That is 8m. Why? Because negative and negative, when you multiply them, the answer is always positive. And 4 times 2, that's 8 and m. So negative 4m times negative 2, that is positive 8m. Or you can have it the other way around. Negative 2m times negative 4, still that is equal to 8m. So all these are possible factors of our 8m. Okay, so I hope you follow through. Okay, so let's proceed to number 2. You have 10t squared. So what are factors of 10t squared? 10t squared rather. So you have 5t times 2t. That is 10t squared. Because 5 times 2, that's 10, and t times t, that is t squared. Or you can have the negatives. So negative 5t times negative 2t, that is equal to positive 10t squared. Why? Because negative 5 times negative 2, that is equal to positive 10. And t times t, that is equal to t squared. Or you can have 10t times t. So that is 10t squared. Because 10 times, there is an imaginary 1 here next to your t. So 10 times 1, that is 10. And t times t, that is t squared. Or you can have the negative counterpart. So you have negative 10t times negative t, that is still equal to 10t squared. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Let's proceed to the third one. You have x squared. So what are possible factors of x squared? You have positive x times positive x, that is equal to x squared. Or you can have the negative x times negative x, that is equal to x squared still. Again, negative and negative multiplied together, you will have a positive answer. So I hope you remember this thing as we go through, or as we go along our lesson, which is solving quadratic equation by factoring. Okay, so say for example, we are given x squared plus 9x equals negative 8. So in solving for this method, we have many steps to follow, but do not worry, just stay with me, okay? Okay, so the first step is to transform your equation into its standard form. Okay, so when you say standard form, that is quadratic term plus the linear term followed by the constant equal to 0. So let's see, is this in its standard form? Of course not. Okay, so let's transform quadratic term x squared and then followed by the linear term 9x. Your constant is on the right side, so transfer it to the left side. So the negative 8 will become positive 8 equal to 0. Okay, so very simple. Number 2, step number 2 is to factor your quadratic expression. Okay, so once factoring your quadratic equation, make sure to remember this. So you will only factor your first and your last. So that is quadratic term and the constant. So you have x squared and 8. Okay, so here equal to 0. So what do you think are possible factors of your x squared? You have x times x, or you can have it negative x times negative x, right? Okay, how about your 8? It could be 4 times 2, or you can have it negative 4 times negative 2, or you can have it 8 times 1, or negative 8 times negative 1. So these are the possible factors. Now our goal is to get the middle term or the linear term 9x. Okay, so actually it's a trial and error process. Okay, so do not worry if you cannot get it at first try. Okay, just keep trying. Okay, so again, factor the first and the third. So for your x squared, we could have the factors x and x. So let's see. X times x. How about your 8? Okay, you can have 4 times 2, right? So let's see. Positive 4 times positive 2. So let's see if we can get 9x. So 4 times x, that is 4x. X times 2, that is 2x. Now both are positive, so we add 6x. Did we get 9x? No, we did not. Therefore, these are wrong set of factors that we use. So let's have another try. These are wrong. Okay, let's try. Let's try to change this one. Okay, so the goal is positive 9x. So as much as possible, let's try to use the positive. So this one, not possible. We get 6x. This one, these are negative. So maybe not possible. Let's have 8 times 1. Okay, so positive 8, positive 1. So let's check. 8 times x, that is 8x. X times 1, that is x or 1x. So 8x, both are positive. 8x plus x, you will get 9x. Did we get the linear term? Yes, we did. Therefore, these are the right factors. So x plus 8 times x plus 1. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, that is the second step. So the third step is to follow the zero product property. So when you say zero product property, it states that if the product of two real numbers is 0, then either of the two is equal to 0 or both numbers are equal to 0. Okay, so actually it's very simple. You just equate this to 0. So we split x plus 8 equals 0. Or you can have it, the other one is x plus 1 equal to 0. So x plus 8, that's the first factor, equal to 0, and x plus 1, the second factor, equal to 0. Step number 4, we solve for the variable. Our variable is x, so we solve for x. So x equals, your 8, transfer it to the right side, making it negative 8. And x equals, your 1 is positive, transfer it to the right, making it negative. So we have now the values of our x, which is negative 8 and negative 1. So we are not sure if we did the right factoring, so we check. You should always check. So when you check, you're going to substitute the values of your x to your original equation. Again, substitute the values of your x to your original equation, which is x squared plus 9x equals negative 8. So we check x is equal to negative 8. So you just substitute. So the value of your 8 is negative 8 squared plus 9 times negative 8 equals negative 8. So when checking, you do not touch one side. Okay, so the goal is to equate or to have equal numbers in both sides. So negative 8 squared, that is positive 64. 9 times negative 8, that is negative 72. Equal to negative 8. So 64 minus 72, that is negative 8. So negative 8 is really equal to negative 8. Therefore, this is the correct value. Okay, let's check the other value of your x. Your x is equal to negative 1. So the original equation, x squared plus 9x equals negative 8. So it's a question mark. So you substitute, you have negative 1 squared plus 9 times negative 1 equals negative 8. So negative 1 squared is positive 1. 9 times negative 1, that is negative 9 equals negative 8. Okay, so 1 and negative 9, that is negative 8 equals negative 8. Therefore, it's correct. So the values of your x equals negative 8 and x equals negative 1 are correct. I will give you another example. You're given the equation s squared minus 21 equals negative 4s. So in this case, again, the first step is to transform this into its standard form. So you will now have s squared. Your linear term is on the right side. Transfer it to the left side, making it positive 4s. And you copy negative 21 equals 0. That's step number 1. So this is already in its standard form. Second step is to factor the quadratic expression. So we have to check our first term and our third term. So in this case, you have s squared and negative 21. So let's have s squared and negative 21. So in this case, what are factors of your s squared? You have s times s and negative s times negative s. And for your negative 21, it could be positive 7 and negative 3. So 7 times negative 3, that is negative 21. Or you can have it negative 3 times positive 7. Okay, so again, so you have to make 2 parentheses equal to 0. So the factors of your s squared, that is s. The factors of your negative 21, it could be 7 and negative 3 or negative 3 and 7. So what do you think? Okay, let's try negative 3 and 7. Okay, let's try negative 3 and positive 7. Or you can have positive 7 here. Anyway, it's trial and error. Negative 3 here. Okay? So regardless where you put, always check. Okay? So our goal is to get 4s. So let's see if we can get 4s. 7 times s, that is 7s. S times negative 3, that is negative 3s. Okay, so I guess we're lucky with our first try. Okay, so positive 7 and positive 7s and negative 3s, that will result to 4s. So we got our target, which is 4s. Therefore, these are the right factors. Okay, so that's a good first try. Don't worry, as you practice, then it will be easier for you to identify the right factors. Okay, so step number 4 or step number 3, you apply the zero product property. Okay, so that is equate both factors to 0. So you have s plus 7 equal to 0, and the other one is s minus 3 equal to 0. And then you solve for your variable. So s equals your 7 to the right side, making it negative 7. So s equals negative 7. And the other one, s equals positive 3, because negative 3 transfer to the right, it will become positive 3. So S equals 3. So we now have our two solutions. So negative 7 and 3. But we are not so sure, so we need to check. Okay? So we check. Again, when you check, you substitute the values to the original equation. Always use the original equation. So let's have S equals negative 7. Sorry. S equals negative 7. And in this side, S equals positive 3. So original equation is S squared minus 21 equals negative 4S. So since your S should be negative 7, you substitute squared. Minus 21 equals negative 4 times negative 7. Again, do not touch one side. Do not just leave the sides as it is. Just substitute. Okay, so negative 7 squared, that is 49 minus 21. So it's a question mark equals question mark negative 4 and negative 7, that would resolve to positive 28. So 49 minus 21, that is positive 28 equals positive 28. Therefore, it is correct. Since we got two equal values of the right and the left side. Let's have S equals 3. So substitute to the original equation. S squared minus 21 equals negative 4S. So the value of your S should be 3. Substitute 3 squared minus 21 equals negative 4 times 3. Okay, so 3 squared, that is 9 minus 21 equals 4 times negative 4 times 3, that is negative 12. And 9 minus 21, that is equal to negative 12. So indeed, they are the same. Therefore, we got the correct answer, which is negative 7 and 3. Alright, so I hope you are able to follow. Again, do not be afraid if you got the wrong factors at the first try, second try. It's always trial and error, and as you practice, then you will get familiarized and it will be easier for you to identify the factors. Okay, so I hope I was able to help you, and I hope you can solve equations using this method. So I guess that will be all. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time.